What's going on, YouTube? Ron here. You guys know who it is. So this video could or could not be a good gameplay. There's no really... I'm not going to be doing too much strategy talk in this one. And the point of this video, what I'm trying to blabber on here about, is the upcoming, you know, it's not a new announcement, but everyone kind of keeps questioning and asking about it, and I think it's... I think it needs to be discussed or addressed by me anyway, and I said I would do it, and it's aircraft carriers. And that definitely a new thing to the game that will be added Q1 of 2021, they said. And I have a theory on that, but we're gonna launch some torps here. Sorry, I'm trying to talk and play at the same time. And the class that will most be affected by this is destroyers. Destroyers will be absolutely... with a good aircraft carrier player, any destroyer player that thinks they're good, or they will have to adjust. They could still be good, depending on the aircraft carrier player and things like that. We probably could have saved our smoke there, but I also think I got him. Yeah, I think he's dead. Thanks for playing. You probably saved your You probably saved your friendly, Rishilu, but yeah, you took that one. That kill is a prime example of how destroyers could, technically be new, or, you know, or, I'm sorry, aircraft, I'm blabbering on as I have a decent game here. That's potentially how aircraft carriers could be more influential to the game. Than people think, or you know, just in general. Because right there, I could have been spotted by a plane if the aircraft carrier had sent a fighter squadron, you know, to me. We're gonna get these off. I know the Kagura is spotted in front of me. Okay, good. I think those are gonna hit. I can't see the island exactly, but we're gonna go get our hydro off. There might be torpedoes on the way already. Just go ahead and straighten up, not worry about the 3 guns. Yeah, love it when I guess correctly. But, you know... Kind of stole that from him, but I don't really care. Aircraft carriers, let me get to the talking point here. Aircraft carriers will change this game, and I don't think it's going to be in a good way. That's my personal opinion. You can agree, you can disagree. I don't really care. This is a personal opinionated video, so take this for what it is. I saw this game, World of Warships, PC version, on YouTube about 4 years ago. I saw a guy named Fly Daily. He was the first person I ever saw play this game, and I thought it was the coolest thing that I had ever seen. So, you know, after searching and looking and everything, I realized that it's not on console. And then after about it, you know, watching the videos, it was cool, but I'm not a PC gamer, as you can tell. Obviously, Xbox for life. So I'm gonna wait and hit this Shorn Horse. So eventually, I found that it was on Blitz, mobile version. You know, World of Warships Blitz, and that's the mobile version. You can still play it, and I played it, and I had no idea what I was doing. I bought the DeGrasse. I think it was a tier 6 at the time. I would just sail in. I had no clue. So you know, there's a learning curve to this game for sure. And eventually, I got good with the DeGrasse, and I also was interested, and there was aircraft carriers in the mobile version. And this was back in 2017, 2018, I don't remember. I stopped playing after a while. And, but the aircraft carriers, they were in the... I don't know how to describe it. They were in the form of... Not the way they are currently in PC. You could control multiple squadrons at the same time. And it was really difficult on the mobile version, because you would have to, you know, there's no keys. I was sitting at my home, you know, after work on my cell phone. I was a bum at the time. And No, it was actually after a shoulder injury. and I didn't go to the gym like the crazy gym rat I was. And I would play the I would play the aircraft carriers, and I actually got pretty good. I got like up to a level 8. Got all these battleships in the back. I got up to like the level 8, I think it was the Ranger, and I didn't even understand any of the concepts or much of the game at all. But I got to be pretty good with them, controlling multiple different squadrons. Anyway, fast forward a couple years, I forget what I was studying for the MCAT or something, I don't know, and I was like, you know what, I kind of want to see some World of Warships. And I Googled it, or YouTubed it, and I didn't see the aircraft carrier format that I was used to. And I was like, oh, this is weird. And at the time that I was YouTubing all this, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I realized they were doing a rework on the aircraft carriers because apparently they were too unbalanced or whatever. So if you watch, some PC streamers today, some of the aircraft carrier footage you're seeing is not how the game used to be, and that's not what I was used to. They changed it because they thought it was unbalanced, although every one of the major streamers today, Flamu, Flambass, thinks that the new rework of carriers is completely unbalanced, and I would tend to agree from what I've seen. Now, I am not a pro by any means. I am pretty decent at this game, 62% win percentage, 2400 XP, 2300 XP. Nothing to brag about, but certainly not a 40% win rate, and I play the game for fun per se. As I rack up a pretty good game here. No floods. And again, this is my first game of the day. I'll show you all my little stars, or the win after the screen. It looks like it's going to be a win. But we're going to continue talking. Might get detected here, but that's okay. I'm just going to go for damage. The game's over. Their team lost. They did not get position. I killed their destroyer, killed the second destroyer, helped kill the second destroyer. And yeah, they had no spotting, and that could change with aircraft carriers. But to continue on with the story, you talk to you look at a lot of the polls and surveys and stuff, and a lot of the player base on the PC version does not like the new carriers, the way that carriers have been done in the PC version of this game. Now, having said that, I've said it in other videos, this is not, and it took me a while to accept that, and once I did, I started having more fun with this game. If you constantly compare this game to the PC version, you're going to be disappointed. And I understand that for some people, that play this game religiously, kind of like me, they don't like that, and that's fine. You don't have to. If you don't play if you don't like it. That's what I got to say. So moving on from that, I think that I'm interested for carriers. I definitely want to see them come. But I really don't want to see them stay, if that makes sense. I want it to be maybe a unique playlist, like the Rust and Rumble. I don't know. I think the game is very fun in its current format, although the reason I chose the Lightning is because I just racked up 114,000 damage, 2 kills, a solo cap, and we're still going for more. And I had no opposition. When you get a good destroyer player, this game becomes almost unfair, and that's the point I was trying to make with this video, and it couldn't have worked out more perfectly. So thanks Wargaming RNG, for helping me do this, maybe proving a point that we might need carriers. There's a high cal for to balance this out. Although I don't think the game is unbalanced. Well, as we get a dominating win, I don't think the game is unbalanced. I think that people do not understand the concepts of the game as we get a 2800 score. First game of the day, we'll go ahead and show it. Video's not over, hold on. There's the 62. First game of the day. So, again, let me summarize my points here. Destroyers, in the current state of the game, are a little unbalanced, especially with the addition of the Shimakaze in the Bureau, and the Akazuki and the Kobra Voskov. Destroyers are going to be played a lot more. I've already started to see it, with the Japanese line being added into the game. The Akizuki. You get, I think there were 3 destroyers on each team, too. I don't quite remember. And that's pretty decent. I think 3 of each class is pretty fair for the way that the 9v9 setup is. But if you get a good destroyer player, and I'm not a good destroyer player, but I'm above average. I'm a good player overall, I think. Again, not a pro, but I know the concepts of the game. You can just dismantle a team, just like I did. As I sound, why do I sound so nasally? Ugh, allergies. You can absolutely dismantle a team, and it won't even be close. So having carriers, I think, will reduce that. But people keep like, where are carriers? Where are carriers? Where are carriers? And they run into they load up a game. They'll load up their Iowa and just sit in the back and do nothing. And now they want carriers. You know, it's a double-edged sword, because you want carriers, but now do you want something that can dominate your team even more? If you don't understand the basics of the game now, carriers are not going to help that fact. I was talking to a friend of mine, and this friend is, I'm not going to, it doesn't matter their position, where they are in the terms of things, but they are a very good player, better win rate than mine, actually, and they have played the PC version of this game. I don't want to get into any more detail because it doesn't matter. They brought up a very good point and said that they do want carriers, very similar opinion to mine, but right now people still do not understand the basics of the game for each ship class, if that makes sense, and that will just create a huge mismatch, even bigger mismatches than some of the games you guys know we all love and experience daily, pretty much, like that the enemy team in that situation. So these are my thoughts. I'm hoping that carriers come. I have a little theory. We'll get into it, right after I finish up my points here. I've been blabbering this entire time. So if if you're sticking around to this point, thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you guys. But I think that carriers will create a new meta in terms of you have to have a good carrier player or your team is guaranteed loss. And that could be said the same for a destroyer player, but not always. Radar cruisers can very easily counter destroyers. And battleships, if you know there's a destroyer in the area, displace yourself. Move from that area. Don't continue to sail in a straight line. The destroyers have been in this game since day one. The Kagero, the Lightning, the Z-23, the Fletcher are all... I can get an amazing game. This was my first game of the day in the Lightning, and I just smacked the enemy team because they weren't really paying attention. So let me summarize. Final thoughts. Destroyer play will be drastically different because you will now be able to be spotted from a approaching airplane squadron, so people will not be able to sail around the corners of the map. Cruisers will be much more valuable, but they will also be targeted a lot more because, sniping, cruiser camping behind islands will be kind of stopped now if you can be spotted over that island through, airplanes, and then the airplanes can attack you. Rocket planes, AP bombers, even torpedo bombers, at the right angles, and things like that. And battleships. Battleship players that sit at the back of the map, which is the thing that grinds my gears the most. You will get a rude awakening. These destroyers. No, carriers. You are a big fat target now. A lot of battleships do have good anti-aircraft guns, so those will be easy to. You probably won't be priority target. But if you're sitting at the back of the map, you've just been caught on fire. You will be targeted. So the game is going to change, and I think I hope it's for the better. But I'm very hesitant to just add a whole new ship class to this game. So, those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think, if you want them, if you don't. And again, this is a personal, opinionated video. I am not a community contributor. I am, if you don't like my opinion, leave a dislike. Don't watch another video. Doesn't bother me. I just do this because I have fun with this game, and I think I'm pretty good at it. I know there are better players than me, and I know that I don't have the best strategy all the time, but I think I have a pretty good concept of what's going on. So that's the video, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching. And let me end with my theory here. So as we just saw, there were some planes flying over. Are they gone? Yeah, there they are. There they go. So hopefully they'll fly over again. Now, this campaign, or the next two campaigns, end on December 6th. December 7th was the anniversary of Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor was in the Japanese surprise attack. The Americans at the naval station in Pearl Harbor with aircraft. And, around that time, we retaliated with aircraft carriers in Battle of Midway and so on. So maybe they do a little test event. They said definitely not until Q1 of 2021, but that doesn't mean they couldn't do a test event like the Yamato. So we'll see. That's my little theory. You heard it here first. And as we see a lot more planes in the port, the new port. But that's it. That's the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see. The game's changing every day, so nothing new here. Still going to be dominating. Still going to be playing as a team. Still going to be playing the objectives. Nothing. None of that will ever change. It's still a team game. Still got to know your role, know your ship, and play it well. But that's the video, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscription. The last video did really well, the one where I spent my money, and some people had a problem with that, so whatever. Thanks for your concern. I'm doing fine. That video did really well, but only like 60% or 40% of you guys were subscribed, so that has to change. Just leave a subscription. You can turn the notifications off, what have you. I've been Aaron. This is the video. I'm out. Peace.